Law School Dean Usha Rodriguez, and Mercer Law School Dean Karen Snedden. Welcome to all of you. Most importantly, I want to recognize Justice Peterson's wife Jennifer and their children James and Lizzie, and Justice Warren's husband Blaze and their children Sarah, William, and Virginia, as well as their families, and want to publicly thank them for their support in being here today. The service your loved ones have been called upon to provide for this state and leading this state requires much sacrifice, and we want to express our wholehearted appreciation for you for lending Justice Peterson and Justice Warren to our court so that they may be of service to our great state. I know that today is also a special day for you all as well. With that, I'm going to invite Elizabeth, William, and Virginia Warren to please come up and lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will please stand. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We ought to do that with them before every session of the Supreme Court. That was fantastic. Now I'd like to invite the Honorable Britt Grant of the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit to the podium to introduce our next presiding justice. As she comes up, I want you all to know how special Judge Grant is to our court. She has served as a justice on our bench prior to her appointment to the Federal Appeals Court. She also served as our state's second Solicitor General, sandwiched between Justice Peterson and Justice Warren. And like Justice Warren, she is a proud alumna of Westminster Schools here in Atlanta. Come on up, Judge.
Thank you, Chief Justice Boggs. I think it's very nice that they're letting you keep on the robe, at least for this ceremony. So we're all pleased to have that part. I would like to greet the distinguished guests here. I will not rename you since you were just named, but please know that I appreciate your presence and I'm thankful to you for being here on this special occasion for my two friends, Nels Peterson and Sarah Warren. It is a tremendous honor to be here today to introduce my former colleague and always friend, Sarah Hawkins Warren. As someone who has known and admired Justice Warren for a long time, I can see three enduring themes: excellence, service, and family, all of which Sarah has woven into every part of her life and career. My husband once told me, "Britt, you're a type A, but Sarah's a type A plus." And he was right. Justice Warren cares deeply about excellence because she sees it as her duty to those around her, to those who have helped her, to those who have trusted her, and to those whom she serves. I can report in a completely unbiased manner, as a fellow Westminster alumna, that Justice Warren's educational journey started with excellence at the Westminster schools. And it certainly continued that way too, as she earned both her undergraduate and law degrees magna cum laude from Duke University. She then followed law school with not one but two prestigious federal clerkships, clerking on the 11th Circuit for Judge Larry Edmondson and on the District Court in Washington, D.C. for Judge Richard Leon. Justice Warren continued her record of excellence by starting her legal career at Kirkland & Ellis. As a Kirkland alum myself, I can say from experience that the hours are long and the standards are high. Of course, Justice Warren thrived. She quickly earned a reputation for hard work and outstanding performance and earned partner at the earliest possible opportunity. Justice Warren's next stop was the Office of the Georgia Attorney General, where I had started working a few years earlier. Florida suing Georgia directly in the United States Supreme Court had at least a few outstanding consequences. One of them was luring Sarah back to Georgia to defend her home state in the water wars litigation. Another, of course, was Justice Barrett's insightful opinion declaring a complete win for the state of Georgia. But somehow, even while working on water litigation, Justice Warren found ways to serve the people of Georgia even better. Though many had said it was impossible, she pushed through a much-needed salary increase for the lawyers in the office. She also founded an honors fellowship to draw in outstanding entry-level attorneys to the Office of the Attorney General who may not have served in that way otherwise. So when the position of Solicitor General came open, it was no surprise that Justice Warren had earned the appointment. She continued to excel, mentoring lawyers, growing the SG unit, and even earning national recognition for her legal writing, including the Best Brief Award from the National Association of Attorneys General. She excelled in the courtroom, too, as the first Solicitor General from the state of Georgia to argue before the United States Supreme Court. It was a complicated and technical case and an absolute ace performance. But Justice Warren was not done yet. Her service as SG made clear that she had a deep intellect, an even temperament, and a sincere commitment to the rule of law, all of which made her an obvious candidate for judicial service. Since joining the Georgia Supreme Court in 2018, her work has reflected an unwavering commitment to clarity, rigor, and integrity in the law. Justice Warren is always willing to give her best for the people of Georgia. That leads me to the second theme, service. A commitment to honesty, public service, and personal integrity infuses Justice Warren's every action, great and small. I'll start with the small. One of her Water Wars litigation duties, which, by the way, I was very happy to hand off, was reviewing the bills from outside counsel. Taxpayers of Georgia, I am here to tell you that she went through those with a fine-tooth comb. The lead partner on that case told me that she had saved at least $37 by insisting that counsel get medium instead of large coffee. And as for the big questions of service and ethics, there's no one I trust more to do the right thing, even when it is harder or less popular. Exactly the perspective that we need in our judges. Justice Warren's dedication to public service has infused her career from the start. Before law school and just 6 months after college graduation, she was appointed Deputy Press Secretary in the Office of Management and Budget at the White House. This early role shows Justice Warren's commitment to public service at the earliest point in her career. That same commitment to serving others was apparent during her time at Kirkland, where she won the Pro Bono Service Award. Justice Warren's heart for others is reflected in a long list of civic commitments. The Board of Trustees at Berry College, the Parents' Council at Northside Methodist Church, and the Board of Visitors for Duke Law School, as well as other roles at Duke. Justice Warren was also the president of the Alumni Association Governing Board at Westminster and is the vice president and trustee of the Mount Kenya Academy Foundation, which runs a boarding school for 300 students in Nairobi, Kenya. She also sits on the Governing Council for the American Law Institute and participated in the Rodell Institute of Judicial Fellowship. And just to stay busy, she's a t-ball and basketball coach for her children. But make no mistake, Justice Warren's leadership in all of these organizations is not just a list of titles. It's a demonstration of her commitment to public service that goes beyond the crucial work that she's doing alongside her colleagues on the Georgia Supreme Court. Even so, the most defining element of Justice Warren's character is family. Her parents, Susan and Scott Hawkins, raised her to give generously to others and also to expect the most out of herself. She's passing on those same lessons to her 3 children, Elizabeth, William, and Virginia. I know your mom is so proud of you today and every day. And even considering everything else she has accomplished, I also know that she would say that being your mom is her very most important job. And of course, the only way that Justice Warren could possibly keep all these balls in the air is her great teammate and husband, Blaze, who is not only a lawyer by training, a great husband, and an outstanding father, but also a rocket scientist. In fact, maybe Blaze is the one who's figured out how to bend time and space so that Sarah could fit all of this into her life. Today, as Justice Warren is sworn in to become presiding Justice Warren, she brings all of this with her: a record of excellence, a deep commitment to service above self, and a heart anchored in family. These characteristics only begin to describe my dear friend Justice Sarah Hawkins Warren, but they do show why she has achieved so much so fast, why she's a beloved friend to so many, and why she will be an outstanding leader on the Supreme Court of Georgia for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Grant. Judge Warren, Justice Warren, if you'll please come up, bring your family. Please raise your hand and repeat after me. I, Sarah Hawkins Warren,
I, Sarah Hawkins Warren,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will well and truly perform
that I will well and truly perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent on me
as presiding justice of the Supreme Court of Georgia,
as presiding justice of the Supreme Court of Georgia,
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. It's my honor to present Justice Sarah Warren as the new presiding justice of our court. I'd now like to call up the Honorable William Pryor, Chief Judge of the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, to introduce our next Chief Justice, who many of you know started his legal career as a clerk in Judge Pryor's chambers. Judge Pryor.
Good morning. May it please the court. Over 2 decades ago, I had the good fortune of hiring Nels Peterson to serve as one of my first law clerks on the United States Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. Nels was already a rising star. He had